Great. Okay, hello, hello. Looks like I am live. So this is going to be a Let's Play video that I'm going to save for posterity about Civilization VI Gathering the Storm, which is the latest expansion in Civilization, this series with a crazy long history. So this is mostly aimed at people who want to see what's going on in the new expansion, but I will have some basic playing tips on how I play this game for people who are completely in the dark about how to play Civilization. So here we go. This is our main screen, so let's just get to it. Hopefully you can see my cursor okay as I move it around. I'm not sure if you can, but yeah, you can. Great. All right, here we go. I'm gonna double check that this can be heard. All right, here we go. Yep. Okay, great. I apologize for my delay. All right, so we're going into single player. We're going to create a new game. So I'm using, you can choose your rules set here. Gathering Storm's the new one, Rise and Fall's the second one. For today, we're going to be Canada, which is run by Wilfrid Laurier. I'm going to adjust my monitor here. You can see some of his powers over here, which we can get into in a little bit. So we're pretty much just going to do standard stuff right now in terms of how this game's going to be laid out. Prince is a pretty basic difficulty, not too difficult at all. Game speed, I don't usually mess with this too much, but you can change it up if you want to play faster games or longer games or whatever. Map type, continents, this makes it seem like it's a standard Earth type map, basically, although it is randomly generated. It'll have bigger continents. I like to play it. It's a fairly basic mode. Map size small, this sort of like, you know, determines how big everything is, how much space you'll have to conquer. You kind of want to be in a sweet spot in Civ for fun games where it's like, you're not too spread out from anyone. You want to like see your first person in the first 20 turns or whatever. Because then, you know, fun stuff starts happening when you go head to head. Disaster intensity is a new one. Set natural disaster intensity, choose from a setting of 0, less frequent to 4, more frequent. So let's just do it normal. We can go into advanced setup to say who we're playing against. Let's make it a surprise, so it's more fun for everyone. Got 9 city-states, which we'll talk about later. Those are little computer-controlled countries, sort of, that aren't really opponents, but you can manipulate them to get what you want. The rest of the stuff you don't have to worry about that much, but just know victory conditions means how you can win a game. So if you don't like a certain way of winning the game, you think it's cheap or whatever, or you just want to play a specific type of game of Civ, you can turn some of these off, and you can turn other annoyances off like barbarians if you don't like that. I'm going to leave everything normal, and for the purposes of just having this, let's just say we'll save this configuration as Let's Play Civ 6. Great. So let's start this game, finally. I also apologize in advance if you hear me complaining or saying no, no.
First stirrings of life beneath water.
I just got a cat, a kitten, and she's very playful and inquisitive,
taking his first
and she's going to kill me.
You have come far. Now begins your greatest quest. From this early cradle of civilization on towards the stars.
This is Sean Bean, by the way.
You chose the sunny ways, Wilfrid Laurier, and made cheerfulness and courtesy the character of the Canadian people. Where others look to divide and sow mistrust, you inspire cooperation and understanding. Show the world that a unified people can forever stand the test of time. Okay, so this is your basic character screen. If you have a slower computer, you know, if you're playing this on Mac, it'll take you 20 minutes. You'll be sitting on here, get really acquainted with it. On a faster computer like this one, it'll load pretty quickly. But you get to see your features and abilities here. So what's interesting about Wilfrid Laurier, he can construct farms on tundra, which makes snowy territory, you know, like Canada, a little bit more valuable to him. He can't declare war on city-states or declare surprise wars, because he's too Canadian polite, eh?
but you do get a lot of diplomatic favor as a Canadian, which is one of the new features of Gathering Storm that we're going to talk about in a little bit. Okay, we also get the Mountie, of course, and we can create hockey rinks. All right, let's go. Okay, so here we are. This is the basic game right here. I'm going to move my map over a little bit so I can see it better. That's not right. There we go. Okay, that's actually really annoying. I'm going to... I'm such a stickler. I want to see the edge of it, but not much more than that. Okay, great. So, we're going to start off here if you're completely blind on what Civ is. So it's like, wow, this map's really small. Well, you can't see anything because these guys have limited visibility, meaning they can only see so many of these tiles, these little hexagonals around them. So everything that's looks like a blank map is unmapped yet. We haven't seen this part of the world yet. It's unknown to our Civ. As we get in closer, we can see these units. These are our barbarians. They've got little clubs. These are our settlers. They can found a city. And these are some cows, moo, and some elephants. So we've spawned in an area randomly with elephants, which are a good resource for ivory. Sorry, elephants. Stone, which is good. And we've also got some amber over here. We're also right next to the ocean and a river. And you're going to want to set up a city next to a water source to give yourself a bonus to your housing, meaning more people can live in your city. They have a water source. So let's just... we're already selected on the settler. You can see the white ring around it. So let's just found our city, which is the first thing we can do by clicking this little button. The citizens of Ottawa adjust their new home and keep a wary eye on the nearby river. Meaning, I guess that's a new feature, a wary eye on the nearby river. Now rivers can flood, so hopefully we aren't immediately screwed over by that. Okay. For funsies, let's change the name of this city to something fun for the channel. So let's say investigate 311, because that's where a lot of my subscribers know me from, the Eric Andre show. Okay, great. So now we got this. Now the game's really open to us. We can do whatever we want with this little warrior here. And this is like a choice, and like every choice matters. But, you know, they're not all life or death. They just all lead to something, you know, down the line. So they end up really piling up later. But a good thing to do with your warrior at the beginning is to try to find some barbarians. There are usually some barbarian camps that spawn up around your first city. And they usually are a great way... They're usually placed in places that have a good location for one of your future cities. So if you see a barbarian camp, think, okay, I'm going to take that out and build a city where it is. You can also get some stuff for taking out barbarians, and they also help you build XP for your little units here. You want them to get some strength, so in case you get into a war later, they have a little bit of bonus XP. Okay, so nothing over here, but we got some wheat and we got some deer, so maybe there's more places for us to build cities around here. The beginning part of the game, you want to set up a few cities on prime real estate with luxury resources that you can trade later. Luxury resources are different than strategic resources or bonus resources in that each luxury resource you get, each different one, gives you an amenity, which is something that keeps your citizens of a city happy. If we go into here, you just click on the city's banner, you can see individual details all about it. And you don't really need to get too big into any of these things. But the important ones to note are like the food surplus, how much food. If you have not enough food, people will die. You can click these buttons to change what the focus of the citizens' productions is. So if they're running low on food, say, hey, click this, and they'll focus on food and get more. Okay, so look, we can see in the city view that this tile here will flood when sea levels rise a second time. So over time, sea levels will rise. That's part of this new environmentally focused Gathering Storm. So this isn't a great tile to build on necessarily because it's going to get heavily screwed up later, flooded and destroyed, just to know. But that'll be fun to watch for everyone at home. Okay, great. So what I was trying to say is amenities are listed here. So this city has +1 amenity. When we take over this tile, it'll have +2 amenities. And if we took over like this tile too, then we'd have +3. As time goes on, citizens get basically angrier, I think. At least that's how I assume it works. And, you know, there's more citizens. They need more amenities to be happy. If you have too many cities, the amenities get spread out. So you need to balance, you know, you need to make sure you always have a good supply of luxury resources to give your guys amenities. And there are certain buildings and other things that can give you guys more amenities too. But if they aren't happy, the city will slow down and it won't grow. And then you get into some dangerous territory. Okay. So we got our city, investigate 311, and now in this side we're going to choose research. Basically that means we're going to choose what things our civilization is studying. And you're eventually going to study all of these things, but you pick what order you study them in. And if you go into this tech tree, you can see everything you can learn in the game, all the way to the future, unrevealed yet. So it's like, say you want to learn how to build this ship, a caravel, because it can explore ocean waters. And that means you can explore. You're a civ that just wants to explore, or you're like on a small island when you start and you're like, oh shit, I don't have enough land, I want to explore. You might just click on this and you'll see 8, which means this is going to be the 8th thing it researches. It has to, your civ has to research all these other things first. And it'll be numbered. It'll be like 1, 2, I don't know what 3 is. But the point is, you can basically say, research all these things in order for this future civ. Now, that's not necessarily the best way to do it, and in fact, I wouldn't recommend doing that. Instead, I would recommend picking them one at a time, because it's more fun, more interesting. Now, you can always change. It's not set in stone what you pick by just clicking on that and saying what you want. Right now, we're doing pottery, which is fine. And you can see this little shiny thing here says you're like basically the tutorial Clippy, the clip art lady comes over here and gives you, you know, here's what you should do. And so you can always pick those for like a safe bet. But you can also do whatever you want if you have some other plans. All right, so now each city is going to build something. It takes a certain number of turns to build this, 15 turns to complete. And so these choices are pretty limited. We don't have that many things we can build right now, a couple different kinds of units for fighting and building. And the only thing we can build in our city center is a monument. So we have to look at our civilization, or our area, see what we want. Now, what I'm feeling with this area is that we seem to be in real prime real estate, and I want to explore it immediately. So I'm going to get a scout. And as you can see, there's an icon for a cat here, because I downloaded some stupid thing through the website that changes your scouts from dogs to cats. Really stupid, but we'll see it in a second. Okay, now over here you'll see little notifications. City near floodable rivers. This is a new one for Gathering Storm. Now you notice these things say +1 era score. This outer ring is measuring how you're doing, like for a certain era, like the Renaissance or the Industrial era. And if you do particularly well, you'll earn a Golden Age, which gives you certain bonuses. And if you do particularly badly, you'll get a Dark Age, which gives you certain detriments. So they aren't make or break it, but they're like little bonuses that can help you along the way if you're paying attention. And sometimes you'll just get a Dark Age because, you know, you need to get a Dark Age, unfortunately. At least that's my experience with it. That's all stuff from the previous expansion. All right, so let's move on. All right, so we got our boy here. He's going out here. This seems like a good place to build another city, or like around here. You can protect it by this mountain. You've got crabs there. And who doesn't like getting crabs? So we're going to move here to double check that. Now, something you might want to, you're like, why are you building a scout? Why can't you just have this warrior go around and scout everything himself, which is kind of doing already? And that's because you don't want your warrior, in my opinion, to get too far from home. Because once they do, if barbarians start spawning like over here, right near our city where we haven't checked yet, which they often do, you know, then who's going to protect us? We don't have walls yet. We don't have archers. So then you're fucked. Excuse my French. But, so we made a little route over here. I am kind of curious because there's some dyes over here, which could be a good luxury resource. It seems like a great place to build a city. So I'm being a little bit risky right now. Do as I say, not as I do. But we'll sort of loop back around, get a good survey of the area. Oh. Hello, I'm Tsar Peter. So a cultured leader such as yourself must enjoy the finer things in life. Are you fond of art as well? So this is Tsar Peter. He's the leader of Russia. We've just met one of his units for the first time, so we meet his civilization. It's early in the game, so I'm just going to say it's an honor to meet him. Let's exchange information on our capitals. So I can sort of see where he is now on the mini-map. If I click on that place, we'll see St. Petersburg, the capital of Russia. Is over here. If I want to talk to him, I can click here, or I can click on his portrait there. And now we know where Russia is. So Russia is going to be a big player in this game for us because they're the first civ we met. They're right here. So it means, you know, my immediate instinct is to maybe put a city like right here to set up like shop and be like, okay, Peter, this is my territory. We're obviously meeting right here, and that's probably what he's going to want to do too. So we're going to be fighting over territory and hopefully trying not to get boxed in by him. And we won't be like necessarily literally fighting quite yet, but we'll be like diplomatically dicking each other over. So Investigate 311 is going to build a settler, because obviously we know we've got a rival now. We need to put down another city, so that's when we build a settler. So we've got our cats out here. You can see little kitties. The cats are bigger than the cows, which raises some ethical questions about genetic engineering. Okay, here we go. Let's just go into this jungle and see how it goes. Famous last words. Okay, so right now...
Play and then left it, as if there would be bricks by chance and fortune.
Okay, so our first research project is completed. We've unlocked the ability to build a granary, a great bath, which is kind of wonder, which is like a special like wonders of the world type building that only one civ can build. You sort of race to get it. If you get a wonder, then you get added to your overall score, which is one way to win the game. Now we can harvest wheat as well because we researched pottery. So every time you finish something, you get a certain number of new things you can do in the game. And there's two of these. There's up here is what you're researching through science, and up here is how much science you're generating, which means how quickly you can research something. And over here is your culture per turn, and this is like different cultural ideas and diplomatic stuff that you can do. So you're constantly researching those two things throughout the game. And of course up here is how much gold you guys are making per turn. This is this winged thing is how much faith you're generating. Right now we're not generating any. And diplomatic favor is a new unit, which we'll talk about later. Okay, so our cat unit is off to the races. And right now, the scout's job is just to explore and map terrain, see what we can see, scout out new locations for cities, and try not to get killed by barbarians. Okay, got the Volga River here. A nice new feature is that the rivers have names now, which I think is just nice. Doesn't really, it's just like, oh, it makes it feel like a real map. Okay, that sound effect means that we've discovered a tribal village, they're right here. So tribal village is a fun thing that's also in Civ 5, where it's like, if you go over to that tribal village, the first person to get there gets some little bonus. Nothing major, but again, at the beginning of the game, it's so neck and neck. You like little advantages like that, they add up. Okay, so our first civic has been completed, which is what you get by learning cultural stuff over time. And every time you do this, you'll get another quote, just like with your research and stuff like that. So now you see these red things and these gold things. What are they? Okay, now we'll get into government. So this is all basic stuff for Civ, at least in this version. So this is our current government. This is what it looks like. And it's accessed by clicking this government panel up here. So basically you have these empty slots. Think of these as like if you're playing Diablo, this is like places where it's like you can fit a rune into this vessel right here and charge it up. Basically it's like, here's a power-up slot. Red ones go in here, gold ones go in here. Wildcard policies are purple and you can stick anything in them. Right now we don't have any slots available because our government's very basic. But, you know, we keep researching things, we can get a better government over time. Theoretically. That's not what's happening in America or Britain, but, you know, theoretically. All right, so it's early in the game. I think it's a good rule of thumb, just sort of as a dummy idea, to do this one, +5 unit strength against barbarians. We're going to fight barbarians sooner or later. Double experience for recon units doesn't really... I mean, it's not as valuable in my opinion. We only have one city right now, so our two options are +1 faith and +1 gold in the capital per turn, and plus production in all cities. Plus production in all cities I think is good. This is just my personal preference. I don't know how it maths out, but in my opinion, I feel like my cat spilled something or peed everywhere, and I can't decide. I don't think it's pee, but if it is, we're in trouble. Anyway, what I like to give myself +1 faith and +1 gold in the capital in the beginning, when I only have one city, and then once I start to get more, change it to plus production, because you get a better benefit out of, you know, when you have multiple cities. That's just how I think about it. Okay, so you could really go in here and, you know, be like, oh, I definitely need this, or I definitely need this one, craftsmanship, foreign trade, what are each of the things, which is the thing, and you could go fucking crazy doing that. Plus production towards builders, naval units, plus gold. I mean, they're both fine. We're going to get these in time, so just arbitrarily pick one and just be like, whatever. It doesn't really matter. When it's like they both take 24 turns and they both give me things I'm going to need eventually, unless there's something you really specifically know you need. It's like, well, maybe I want more trade because St. Petersburg's right here. You know, and it's like you can get really in the weeds about that. Here's something cool that just happened. We stepped into this village that we found a little bit ago, and the bonus that it gave us, your people celebrate a historic moment. Villagers bring gifts as they join our civ, and we get plus era score for going to that village. And we get a free builder, meaning, which is a great thing at this stage in the game, because builders, you need them to improve tiles and create things that cities need. And it takes a little bit to build them in the beginning of the game, to build a builder. So, you know, we just sort of lucked out right there. Friggin' sick. Alright, you're gonna go here and protect the city. There are, like, no barbarians around here, which is suspicious, to say the least. Alright, you're going to go here and click this button to make them build a farm. Pretty standard. Farms give people food, and they also, if you build 2 farms, I think that creates 1 additional space for housing. And later you'll build better housing units to the point where you'll build neighborhoods eventually, which you'll have for, they're like suburbs.
If there are no dogs in heaven, then when I die, I want to go where they went.
I'm gonna throw like a towel down or something. I think what happened is my cat knocked over my trash can and something that had ice in it. And I put it in the trash, melts it, and then the ice spilled on the floor because it doesn't smell like anything. It's just a bunch of water on the ground near my foot. How convenient. I'm going to take that moment to check where the cat is. Probably asleep near the vent. Alright, never mind. We're safe. The cat is not attacking me right now. What does this say? Okay, great. Okay, so we're choosing research. I guess writing. There are certain things that happen throughout the game that'll give you like a little bonus to how fast you can research something. We've already achieved this one. Meet another civilization. So just because we met another civilization, we get this much of our writing research completed. Now, we haven't gotten that bonus for this one. In order to get foreign trade, we need to discover a second continent. Now, that may or may not happen depending on how far our scout gets. So, you know, you can really play hard to try to get these bonuses, but just know, just by doing some basic things, you'll probably get them anyway. I find it irrelevant to stress over them. There are so many ways to win now. They just added a new way to win, a diplomatic victory, just like in Civ 5. So, it's, you know, there's plenty of ways to win, and I think you should always have, like, 3 ideas of how to win as you're playing the game. It's the safest way to play. Alright, so we got another settler here. Okay, our Civ wants us to build cities closer to St. Petersburg. That sounds scary to me, but I like the ballsiness of it, so let's do it. Okay, you're gonna stay there. Well, just keep building settlers, I guess. So they also have a scout, and that scout's out and about. I want you to go here. Yep. Hamilton. Okay. So this city's going to be called Erikondrag. All right. Here's another weird thing, but in the beginning of the game, these borders are like dotted lines. They aren't like, you know, a non-dotted line. So you can walk through them, but later once he develops borders, you're not gonna be able to walk through. So you might be able to walk your scout to some place they won't be able to get back from, but if you have writing and diplomacy, you can actually say, hey, let's make a deal. I am Jayavarman 7, and the Khmer allow me to lead. Their suffering is my suffering. Hey, what an intro. Nice gauged ears, by the way. Yeah, come visit. I try to be nice in the beginning.
Writing means...
Okay, so that gave my scout experience. That's just the level up screen where you can pick some level ups. It's just like XCOM or any game where you can level up a unit. Our delegation brings aping, a fried dish. Best to eat the legs before you consume the rest of the tarantula. Your delegation is most welcome. I would hate to turn down an offer of kind bugs. Okay, so here is a place called Nazca. Now this is our city-state. Now these guys will be controlled by the computer. They're sort of rogue agents. They're like not full civs. You can like think of them as like, you know, New Zealand. They're not like a real country, but we still let them feel that way to make them, you know, not be insecure. Basically you can give them, you can send delegates from your civilization that you earn in this little thing up here, envoys. This whole thing, if you just hover over it, tells you how long it takes to get an envoy, and you send envoys to this city-state, and you'll get bonuses. So if you send 1 envoy, you'll get +2 faith. If you send 3, you'll get +2 faith for every shrine you have. And at 6, you get +2 faith for every temple building. So you keep sending them. And the other civs are trying to compete to be the suzerain, the person who influences them the most. So you'll lose your bonus if another civ gets more influence over them. So it's another way of competing. And you can also wage war on city-states and take over their cities or burn them down or whatever. But then other countries will think you're insane. Okay, so we found another city. We got a boost. The villagers share the secrets of their well-organized community, so we got a boost towards mysticism and early empire out of that. That's pretty good. Those are both just more cultural things. Alright, so we've earned enough faith now that the game is automatically asking us to choose a pantheon, meaning just like a, I don't know, a Greek god, a Greek god group, our own Mount Olympus. So basically all it means is that, like, even if we don't formalize a religion, we'll still get a little bonus for having a pantheon. So you can just pick one of these that you like, and that'll be just a bonus that you get throughout this game. Okay, so I'm looking through these real quick to see if there's anything in particular that speaks to me. I think in this case, I'm going to say plus production from mines over strategic resources. Do we have a lot of strategic resources? I feel like we do, because that might be what I do. Get this. Got this. We're probably going to go over here. But there aren't that many strategic resources. Unless I go this way, in which case there are. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. Just for fun. I don't know if that's going to help us, but it's definitely not going to hurt us.
Who deserves more credit than the wife?
And just like that, we got mining. We've finished researching mining, just sort of luckily at the same time. So we have a lot of different things we can research for techs. I'm going to say sailing, because we're right by the ocean.
Every nation lives by exchanging.
Mm-hmm. Very insightful. Alright, so she says to do this one, so we're going to do that one. It really doesn't matter that much unless, again, there's a specific technology that you want, and you can just click the technology tree, look at when you get it, and then, you know, try to get that. I've sent you a trade delegation bearing gifts of the finest caviar. Please enjoy. Your delegation is most welcome. Oh, I forgot to change this. Oops. Nice. Okay. So Tsar Peter is just giving us free stuff. Alright. So we can build a campus now. So cities have districts. That's the biggest change for Civ 6, which are just different districts where specific things are done. So if we buy this land, you'll see we can get a +1 science bonus if we build it there. You get bonuses for building science districts near mountains. Okay, so we've got another settler here. The map has changed to show us red tiles where we can't build cities and green ones where we can. It says to go here. Now, for all we know, there are barbarians over there, and barbarians can just kill your settlers and take them over. And that's a terrible waste after you spend all this time building a settler. So what you can do is you can link these two together if they're sharing the same tile, and you can send them together so that way you give your what do you call it, your settler a little bit of backbone. Okay. These animations are beautiful, but sometimes these guys will just talk to you and be like, oh, you're not fulfilling some weird personal fetish I have for divinity or something. And you're just like, okay, escape, escape, escape. Let's see. Your empire is headed towards bankruptcy. I'm earning +7 per turn. Okay, so this is something to watch out for. It said needed more amenities. Eric Andre needs more amenities. Yeah, I agree. I don't know why we settled here, to be honest. The game made me do it. But the fact that there aren't that many amenities right there suggests maybe there's going to be a bunch more strategic resources later in the game. Like stuff we haven't discovered yet. Oil, uranium. I mean, I guess. I can't build that yet, so let's say no. Let's say trader. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, Winnipeg. We'll call that city Bird Up. keep building campuses. No, I'm not gonna build that campus because we can get a better strategic resource if we wait a turn or so. So you guys build this. You go back up here. Did not explore that area. Did I like accidentally click no barbarians? Because there's like no barbarians. You realize how calm the game is without barbarians. You'll give me 2 gold for 2 horses. That seems like a ripoff to me. You can hear an instrumental version of O Canada playing.
It is not that life assures.
Okay, we've researched sailing. Now, builders only have a set number of builds. That's displayed right here, how many they have left. Okay, let's go here. Now, if you get bored telling this scout where to go every turn, you can also set him to explore automatically. And that'll save you a little bit of time, but the way the computer explores is pretty dumb.
Back
so
over the past, with its changing empires that rose and fell.
Okay, now that we have 3 cities, let's go to plus production in all cities. Okay, now we have a lot of options about what to build. We have 0 amenities. I'm gonna say another builder because we need to get that ivory. Okay, now we can appoint a governor, which is a new thing from the 2nd expansion, Rise and Fall. Pick one of these governors and just put them in a city. Governors increase your city's loyalty. If a city has too little loyalty, it might join another civilization and rebel against you. Governors really don't do that much except give specific little bonuses that are usually so small and take so long to learn that it can be kind of confusing. Let's say right now, I don't know. Let's do this lady, the financier. Let's put her here. I kind of want you to check out this area.
Son, have you seen the reign of God? It passed and entered beneath the mountains of God. There will be a ring in the sky where the water of God has passed.
Okie doke. Who discovered that, by the way? Oh, we did. It's right here. Might be a good place to build a city. Everyone can get really happy because it's by that thing. Okay, you're gonna build this, which gave us knowledge of the wheel. You're gonna go over here, and we're gonna meet another settler. Oh, jeez. So this guy's gonna... We're gonna run out of room real quick with 2 people pushing in for our things. You want all of my horses? This guy's definitely gunning. When people ask for your strategic resources, you know, just make sure you're not giving them then to use them against you. It's like, hey, can I have your horses? Thanks. Here's a bunch of horsemen. Yeah. You're gonna be killed by them. Let's put you here for now. Send you to St. Petersburg. And because we got a trade route, we got a bonus for doing that too. Yeah, I must have turned off barbarians because it's like, where the fuck are they? Whatever. Oh shit, but if we wait even more we can get a +3 bonus. Okay, well then you're gonna build this instead. A lot of jungle over here. Eric Andre needs more amenities. Yeah, I agree, but there's like nothing there. And I don't have really enough amenities to... Once I get a second ivory built, then I'll be able to trade.
May the forces of evil...
I'm already a little bit worried about this game.
The mistake of an accidental and individual sin.
Alright, so in case you're wondering, we're just unlocking more cultural stuff, whatever you call it, civics. Alright, so we've earned another envoy just over time, and so we can click this to add it to this city-state. Once we get 3 there, we'll become the suzerain, which means we'll be the leader of the city-state. Okay, you can wait here. Alright, I'm going to try to build an oracle, which is a wonder. It'll give us some bonuses if we get it. We're probably not going to get it because the computer loves to build wonders to try to get an early lead. So sometimes it's helpful to just ignore them and go about your business. But even if you don't get to build the wonder because someone else beats you to it, you'll get refunded some of the production cost of putting that work in.
Without
put it into something else.
Inspiration.
Alright, there are no barbarians, so we don't really need this. Yeah, whatever. Plus loyalty. I mean, we just don't have that many options right now, so it's not that important. Okay, we need to put something right here. And over here, I guess. This is just a fight for land immediately. Okay, buy this, put this here. Get +3 science per turn. Okay, hold off on that because we can get a better bonus later. Let's say granary.
Thousands have lived with...
I mean granary. I don't know why I said it like that. Where can I explore? I've explored pretty much everywhere except that little place. So let's just put him on automate. Okay, we're going to research astrology so our citizens can become Californians. Okay, we're in the classical era. I think we earned a dark age, I want to say, right? There's a society amulet. Wow, he's complimenting me.
A physician without it is equally important to have a happy and engaged workforce.
Oh, that's a good one. This is one of my favorite things. Unit maintenance reduced by 1 gold per turn. Every unit you have costs a little bit of money just to maintain. It'll, cost you money to keep those guys running. Okay, so if you use that thing I just put in there, it'll cost you, it'll be a little bit cheaper. Okay, so we get bonuses because we're in a dark age. We only get to get 1 of them. Okay, I'm going to do this one because it gives you science bonuses, and we already have a lot of science buildings going up, so it seems like it's a good choice. It's pretty much the only one of those that really applied to us. Okay, I'm going to appoint this guy because he's militaristic to Eric Andre, just because... I feel like if you were Russia and you were gonna attack a city, this would be the first one to go. So we'll put a military guy there. Okay, Okay, so now I should have 2 resources of ivory, right? Okay, so let's make a deal. Will you trade me chocolate? Well, make this deal more equitable. Okay, so he doesn't like me very much, so he doesn't really want to trade elephants for chocolate, but if I give him 5 gold up front and then 2 gold for 30 turns, so that's basically 65 gold. That's fine. I need, you know, it's a bad deal, but I do need more amenities, because the city's been crying about it the entire time. So, and he gets to feel like he outsmarted us, so good for him. Okay, now we've got horses going.
Sometimes the wheel...
We have invented the wheel. We're officially cavemen. Again, you might wonder, why am I picking these sciences and civics so quickly? I look at the ones that take the shortest amount of time to build, or we already have some of it completed. We've already got the boost done, maybe, or the advisor recommends it. You know. Those are what draw my eye. Very rarely do I pick all of them in advance, unless I have a civilization where I'm like, I really need to use water stuff and I really want certain boats. Okay, so he'll give me a bunch of good stuff, 1 diplomatic favor, which I love accruing. You'll see soon, but yeah. Canada is great at accruing diplomatic favor faster than the other civs, and you can use that to sort of force your way into a diplomatic victory. Okay. Let's try to increase our wonder score. Sure, put this here. Okay, let's save that there. We're gonna have a shit ton of science. And oh, he wants this, so no, you don't get it. You'll find that the things they always want to get from you in trades are your paintings and sculptures and diplomatic favor.
Is the mirror of the form.
Aeschylus. We've discovered a new source of iron. Where is it? I guess it's under here, so... Yeah, it is. So it's under our oracle. So they're just going to give it to us as if we'd already put a mine there. Okay, so we discovered political philosophy. This is great. So that means we can pick one of these 3. This is our current government. This is we can pick any of these 3 right now. I'm gonna pick protection towards wonders. Whatever. I'm gonna pick this one because it gives us more gold economic policies, which are the most helpful ones throughout the game, I find. And we really haven't been making use of our red ones, which you get a lot of in the beginning. Okay, so I'm going to give myself production towards wonders. And yeah, I like all that. This is my go-to. +2 influence points per turn towards the city-state. And I'll do this one, which gives us +2 great scientist points per turn. So you got this whole panel here, which is great people that your civ can earn. Each one of them gives you a huge bonus if you get it. So you can also buy them with money or faith, but the normal way to do them is just earning them over time. Okay. One of the ways to win is a cultural victory, which means you produce so much tourism that your culture becomes influential over every other culture in the game and you win. And the best way to do that is get a lot of great works, a lot of wonders, basically have a place people want to visit. So you just, you want to get great people. And a science victory is another way to go. Right now it seems like we're gunning for a science victory, but since we're Canada, we have an advantage already going into diplomatic victory. So we have 2 routes to win already. And we're probably going to get into a war at some point because, I mean, friggin' look at this situation right here. He wants all of our iron.
I sprang upon the swift
ship
in the form of a dolphin. Pray to me as Apollo Delphinius. Also the altar itself shall be called Delphinius and overlooked forever.
As written by Homer of The Simpsons. Those little animations are cool. Alright, so we got a wonder. So that should
by the stars.
Increase our score. So in world rankings, you can see I'm leading in terms of science. I'm generating the most science right now. I'm in 5th place in terms of culture. I'm in 6th place in terms of domination, but that's just in terms of military strength. I have the smallest military, apparently. And both the guys near me have strong militaries, so watch out. I'm in 5th place in terms of religious victory. I'm in 6th place in terms of diplomacy. But we're all sort of tied there. If you go into score, you can see this is how much everyone's earning based on, you know, what's all these different factors. How many points they get for each thing. So for wonders, you get a certain amount of points, and so on and so forth. So just for constructing that wonder, we should get a little boost. All right, moving on. I want to do some masonry because it's only 3 turns, even though we don't have a boost on it. And this is a great question. It's like, what do you think? Should we do... This gives us wonders. I'm going to say Holy Site. Actually, I'm not going to say Holy Site. I don't know. These are all good options, man. Let's just do it. Let's just be really annoying and build a bunch of wonders. Yeah, I'm going to say 100% encampment is the way to go. Build it here in the jungle. Okay, we got a great scientist. Put him on your campus, click this button, and you get some bonus. So that means we can research 2 different things a lot easier than we could before. As you can see, as this thing is filling up. Sorry, as this thing is filling up with gold, that means we're getting closer to a golden age, which means we get bonuses. So even though we had a dark age a little bit ago, things are looking better for us now.
The ascent to the highest story is by stairs, and at their side are water engines, by means of which persons, appointed expressly for the purpose, are continually employed in raising water from the Euphrates into the garden.
Looks pretty cool. Pretty nice.
The necessity of life. Recreate.
I wonder if Sean Bean would be mad if he knew how much I was skipping of his wonderful dialogue. I'm gonna say right here. It would have been best to put it like there, but they're taking our shit. They took our gerbs. It was a flood. Okay, so it flooded, but we didn't really have anything there, so it didn't really screw us up too much. So that's one of the new things from Gathering Storm. And if we'd built stuff there, it could have been damaged. So right now, the Khmer are sending their missionaries over to us to convert us to Buddhism. Damn, I just got 2 great scientists in a row? Get that science victory going, son. I need to get some spies. If I get some spies, then I'll just go straight up science victory. Okay, you want... okay. No, I'm not giving up my diplomatic favor, man. Anytime they ask for it, I say no. There's no reason to give that to them. Oh, wow. So... Russia has declared war on our ally, so that means we have grievances against them, which is how we can declare war on them eventually. But we have no army right now, so there's no reason. He'll give me all of this shit? That's actually a great deal. But he won't give me chocolate. That's fine. Yeah. Oh, he also has elephants. Alright, what can I get? What can I get? What do you want? What would it take? 37 and 5 gold for 30 turns? Okay, I'll do it. I really just wanted your diplomatic favor. The great profit's been taken. Yeah, there's really no point in building a holy site, but well, that's not true. We can't win by religious victory if we don't found our own religion.
I cannot imagine any condition.
And the computer always snatches up all the religions as quickly as possible. But that doesn't mean we can't do good stuff with faith. Like, create rock bands. Yeah, I don't, you know, your compliments actually waste my time, so if you give me fewer of them, that'd be great. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna point you to Bird Up. You can always switch these guys around later, too, so it really doesn't matter that much. And they don't really become that valuable. Oh, I'm the first suzerain in the world!
A man on a horse.
A man on a horse is something. 20 horses for 10. Hell yeah. I'm not using any horses right now. And you want more 20 horses and open borders, and you'll give me all this shit? I accept.
Everything has its limit. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women.
Bullshit. Never heard anything like that. Okay. More like all the world's a rage.
My ancestor Darius made this Apadana, but it was burnt down.
Yeah, we've all built Apadanas, okay? It's not that big a deal. What is happening? Cheese production. I harbor no resentment towards him. Okay. I'm actually mildly annoyed with myself that I didn't put barbarians in this game. I don't know how it happened. Yeah, I definitely understand whatever the hell you're talking about. My third grade scientists, they're gonna hate me. Hell yeah.
Bravery
is being the only one who knows you're afraid. You're gonna go over there. All about that holy sites, huh? Ooh, yeah.
The 4 building blocks.
Just use all my holy points to get more great scientists. Any ones that I'm not ready for. Okay, Blizzard. Significant Blizzard. Where did that go? Okay, so I'm glad I didn't build there. Ancient walls. Yeah, you bet your ass, ancient walls. Why I gotta build ancient walls? Why I ain't gotta build, future ones? Future wall constructed by Donald Trump serves no physical purpose. Error, emergency, incorrect. Okay, recruit this great general, Boudica. Converts barbarian units to your control. Yeah, but are there any barbarians? That's the thing. That's the thing. Fine, Boudica. No. I don't know. I'm just gonna get rid of her. Wait, what's her passive ability? I mean, she gives combat strength. I'll just chill out. I'm gonna stand right here. I'm just gonna sleep.
Normal people believe.
Oh, I'm already past 100 turns. I thought I would cut this video at 100. Alright, we'll keep going, but only for a little bit more. Mausoleum at Harnassus. Fuck. All these places are bad for this. But Colossus, yeah. How about you go get this iron, man? Needs more housing. How about that? There you got more housing. Open borders? Hell yeah. Come on in, take over. I'm gonna say watermill. I'm not giving you my diplomatic favor, man. I'm sorry. Did those guys take over anyway? Looks like they're fighting it, but...
I've lived through some terrible things in my life. Some of which actually happened.
Wow. Okay, I just appointed that one, what's her name? Governor Amani to, you can appoint her to city-states. That's her magic power, and she basically gives you more control over them. It's not super important, but... Hey, Nazca's fighting back. It's kind of sad that Russia can't even fucking win that. Okay. Make 3. You earned a heroic age. You make 3. Okay, wow. This one. Hell yeah to that. Okay, now I can purchase builders with faith. Fuck yeah. you're gonna construct that. Great. Alright, now I'm gonna settle the fuck out of it. That changed everything, really. Okay, World Congress. Okay, so now I'm going to say I can condemn Buddhists if they come to my territory, and that producing horsemen costs money. Well, actually, no, wait. Let's say buying horsemen with faith. Okay, so now I've got a ton of diplomatic favor that we've been accruing to spend on this stuff, and these aren't really super important, but theoretically we should be able to bully our way. Okay, so someone created Catholicism and... Okay. Well, my stuff didn't pass, unfortunately. Okay, due to proximity. Alright, this guy is gonna go. I'm gonna say he's gonna go right there. And you're gonna go here. You are going to go here. Eric Andre is going to build Machu Picchu, which I think is kind of on brand. I mean, if anyone was going to build Machu Picchu in this century, it'd be Eric. Just for the memes. Friggin' Buddhists.
Man suffers only because he takes seriously what the god.
Such a funny thing, 'cause I actually really like Buddhism. All these friggin' Buddhists pushing their religion on me. It's just such a funny concept, because Buddhists are so not that way. Everything is as it should be. Okay, now I need to look something up. I always forget how to spell this. Okay, in honor of... In honor of her contributions to my bank account, this next city will be called Jeanette McCurdy. And it's going to build the pyramids. Here's a granary, because God only knows where I'd be without you. Your people settle too close. Okay, I won't settle near you again. Always say that and then do whatever you want. The medieval castles of Canada. Love it. Another great scientist. Okay, we can make a missionary, but we don't have our own religion. Gain 100 faith. The city's holy site provides science as well. Damn, that's actually really good. I give you 20 iron. Well, it's a really shitty deal.
Without mathematics,
dude, did you see that guy is pushing a settler right here too? Oops. Sorry. I settled your city for you. Okay, and, you know, I can't forget Ariana. Ariana Grande. That is how you spell your name, right? Yeah. Those proud women have donated so much of their time to making people happy. God bless them. Ancient walls. Just like the real Ariana Grande, she has a lot of emotional walls.
Én vagyok Magyarországnak királya. Ellenség
So
impostora, az igaz híveknek védelmezője. Üdvözöllek.
This guy is a new character. Matthias, King of Hungary. Yeah, we're friends. Friends you can poop on. What say you trade me for this? I accept. Russia's getting huge.
It's all papers and forms. The end.
I'm digging this music. Oh, I was so hoping it was another... What do you call it? I literally only have one unit. I only have one unit. Matthew, are you talking about your unit again? No. I only have no, I have 5 cities. I could use another one, but I don't know where I'd put it. Maybe up here? What is that? Where's my, scout? Okay. One temple. Claim great person, great admiral? Alright. I don't have any. Okay. Swordsman. Yeah, always remember to upgrade. Oh, that's right. I can't forget. Definitely keep the walls of this city ready to get fucked. What? Why am I over here?
At Rhodes was set up a colossus of 70 cubits high,
Cubits?
representing the sun. The artist expended as much bronze in it as seemed likely to create a dearth in the mines.
Hi, I'm the male Statue of Liberty.
Him that overcometh.
That's a lot of good stuff, but 25. Yeah, let's do that. It's eerily quiet. Don't accept deals where I give away a diplomatic favor. Sorry. Sorry. Alright. That city is working okay, but it's gonna be... Hey! I love this guy. He's gonna hate me, though, because I'm not religious. His whole deal is being religious. Is that everybody? No, there's only 5 of us. There's still one character who's yet to be revealed. Great. Okay, now we have a fleet of quadriremes. Let's build a city there. I mean, why not? Courser? Okay, yeah, Theater Square. Holy crap. I'm just gonna do the +2. I know it's not as exciting, but... Oh, I wasn't able to do Machu Picchu in time. Yeah, I get it. You love me.
Listen, strange.
I'm not gonna do that. This thing does have a lot of amenities by it. Okay. What's that? Whoa. There's a whole other continent out there. Yeah, give me all your stuff. What was that? Because I'm the suzerain of them, I can build a Nazca line? Okay, doke. I do like the way you can build harbors in this game. Because in the old game, you could only build it if the city was right on the coast. But now you can be... Oops, that guy's dead. Wait. Wait. Wait, there are barbarians? Oh my god. You're gonna come in handy. Okay, I need you to go here. That changes everything. So why weren't there any barbarians near me? Maybe Russia killed them all. It's possible. Seems random, though. It's the first time that's ever happened. Okay. So I can't build... I don't want to do that. Commercial hub. That's all in danger zone, though. Oh, +5, though. Yeah, but that isn't that in wind territory, too? This is the hard part of, choosing it in Gathering Storm, because now it's like any of these places it's theoretically okay, but is there anything else I can build? Alright, I'm gonna do this will be my last turn.
There were 7 wonders in the world.
Terracotta Army. Great. And let's do a library. Okay, great. So that's an introduction to all the basic things in this version of Civ, Gathering Storm. I'll do another one of these videos next time I play this game. Thank you so much for watching if you did, and please like and subscribe to my stuff on the channel. Also follow me on Twitter at Shorester, and sometimes I write stuff for the great website Hard Drive, which is a subdivision of hardtimes.net, which is like a satire site for music. I work for the video game division. Anyway, thanks again, and have a very swell day.